all the new people, my name is Lauren, aka Brown Sugar. And for all my returning folks, you know what it is. And yes, I am back with another story time. This is a 2-in-1 story time, so I'm going to keep it fairly short as possible. I don't want to drag it on too long. It's just a story time that I've been wanting to do for a little while now, but so much has been going on these last couple of weeks, like school starting. I was involved in a hit and run situation, getting ready for a trip that's actually happening this week to Jamaica. Like, I had so much going on, just events, like a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, pretty much let's get into it. So I'm going to first start off with what recently happened to me. I was involved in a hit and run, and I was going to pick up one of my friends to take her to pick up her vehicle, and I was on my way to her house, and basically like I was a block over, and I was sitting at the stop sign, and I was waiting to get onto a main street. I had to make a left onto a main street, and it's two-way traffic. So as I was waiting, I'm just sitting there, I'm chilling, got the music, bumping, whatever. And I noticed in my rearview mirror, like, it's this red truck, like, coming down the street kind of fast, but I'm not, like, really paying attention to it. I'm like, all right, I'm waiting to get in my, jump out there and get my spot. So next thing I know, boom! I'm like, why is this happening? I was like, I know he just didn't hit me. I know he hit me, but I'm like, I know he just didn't hit me. Like, this is crazy. Nah. So I look in the rearview mirror, whatever, like that. It's like a young guy, black guy, and I'm like, okay, let me get out here and talk to him, get his information, whatever. Y'all, when I took my seatbelt off, looked in the rearview mirror again, shorty had put the thing in reverse, backed all the way up the street, banged the left, and was gone. So I didn't have time to get a picture of a license plate or anything. He was gone. So I was steaming. I was boiling. And I was like jittery, because this is not the first time I've got hit in the back before. This is the second time now that this has happened. This is my first hit and run though. So I'm like, nah, I'm just sitting there like, I'm in disbelief. I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I seen him back up. His bumper was hanging off. His fluid coming from the grill. I'm like, what the? Like, I'm just like, this. Why now? Why right now? So I look at the back of my car. I'm like, all right. It's like, it wasn't that much damage. It was like a couple scratches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where my license plate sit, it was kind of like crunched up, but nothing too serious or whatever like that. I was like, you know what? If I didn't have to take her to get her vehicle, I would have called the police, did a police report. But because I just didn't have nothing to go off of, I'm like, I didn't call, make a police report. So anyway, I was going to go and do a claim, but I didn't end up doing a claim because I just felt like it was going to raise my insurance up and make it high, and I'm trying to get it to go down. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't even put a claim in, but it was just the overall fact that it was just such a shock, because I wasn't expecting that. I was just like, people out here just in a rush, and they not paying attention, and they just all over the place. Like, you gotta be careful, yo. Like, this is crazy. So anywho, that was the first story time. It's very, very short. I just wanted to throw this in here with this video. Okay. So the second story is from last year when I got my tires slashed. And it wasn't my fault. So take your mind back to last year, during the pandemic and all that. And 2020 was just a terrible year all the way around. There was a lot going on over here, but this is just one of the situations. But this was right before Christmas, and I remember this was a couple days before Christmas. So I remember, like, I was laying down, I was chilling, and my mom called me, and she's like, yeah, I'm getting ready to go over your cousin's house. I know you had wrapped some gifts for her. Like, you got her kids a couple of gifts. We want me to take them over there for you. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, mom. Can you do that? Why are you going over there? That would be great. Because my cousin, I live over the east side. She lives over the west. And that's like a 30, 40-minute drive. And don't nobody feel like doing all that. So since they was already going there, I was like, I just gave her the gifts. So she's like, all right, I'm coming to get them now. So about 10 minutes later, she calls my phone. She's like, Ashley. Which, that's what my family call me. They call me by my middle name. They don't call me by my first name. She's like, oh, your tires are flat. I was like, say what now? She's like, your tires are flat. All your tires are flat. I was like, what in the hell? I was like, oh no, that ain't my car. That's somebody else's car. It can't be my car. Like, there's nothing wrong with my car. It's not mine. She's like, well, you need to come down here and look. I get down there. I'm like, you got to be kidding me right now. I was like, Lauren, keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm like, what? Immediately, I'm looking down a block or whatever. I noticed a couple cars down that this Lexus tires are flat too, right? So I'm like, yo, somebody going around flatting people's tires for Christmas? Like, how petty do you gotta be? Like, what is the point? Like, what do you know? This is what I'm thinking. So I was going downstairs. I'm like, yeah. He like, I'm gonna take it over across the street or whatever. Put some air into it and see if it got a hole somewhere or something like that. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna call the cops, do a police report, and then I'm gonna call the insurance company, right? So I called the police. They come around. They already got an attitude because they feel like it's not an emergency. So what we even doing here? I was like, look, I just need a report so I can give to the insurance company. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I need, you know what I mean? So I was talking to them and I was like, yeah, I'm not understanding. I said, the only thing I know about the situation is I remember having a nail in my back tire, but I'm telling you, it was like where it could be patched. It was fine. It wouldn't even warrant for it to be totally flat like it was. So she's like, oh, it's so funny you said it, like, it's another lady that called earlier, for the same situation or whatever. I was like, yeah, for that Lexus. She was like, yeah, put the report for her as well, whatever. I said, I don't know what's going on, but I think these two might be tied with it. I was like, either somebody was just doing it as a joke, somebody was just mad, or it was type of like revenge thing. I don't know. So she was like, okay, here's your report, yada yada yada. They leave. So I called the insurance company. I'm like, yeah, all four of my tires were slashed, and I'm trying to see if I can get some of it covered or whatever. They like, oh, well, is your car been vandalized? Any other damages, to the car, scratches, a window, any of your windows broken? I was like, no, it's just the tires. It's like, well, we don't cover anything. It would have to be at least $2,000 worth of damage for us to even cover it. So I was like sitting there like, so I'm gonna have to pay for 4 new tires that nothing was wrong with them. I'm just going to have to pay for 4 new tires just out flat for no reason, basically, with no assistance. And I pay this insurance every month. And they're like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry if you find any more damage, call us back. I'm just like, whatever, like, boo, okay. So anyway, after that, I was like, well, I do need a tow truck. So a tow truck comes, and the guy's like, hey, he was like, this is crazy. He was like, this is my second time coming to this address for the same issue with another car. I was like, yeah, right. I was like, I don't know. I was like, this thing is tied together. I don't know, but that's my neighbor's car. He was like, oh, that's crazy. He's like, so you wanted to go to Mr. Tires? I was like, yeah, please. So, mind you, I remember the woman coming out, my neighbor at the time, coming out there, seeing my vehicle, never said anything to me about it. She didn't mention anything like, oh, like, was your tires were slashed? Nothing. She knew she had already got her situation took care of, whatever. She never said anything to me. Now, what made my wheels start turning is I went back in my head, and I remember like one evening hearing her arguing with a guy and was saying like it was over, they was done, they was getting into it, So I'm putting all the puzzle pieces together with clues, and I'm like, this did a guy come back and revenge to try to get at this woman, or what's going on? The reason why I say this because later on I found out that she has a second vehicle. And this, I found this out from my husband, and I didn't even know this. Like, I didn't wasn't even paying attention, and I was like, he was like, yeah, she got a second vehicle. It's a Malibu too, but it's a newer vehicle. Well, it's a newer version of yours, but it's the same color, and y'all's look similar. So I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I'm like, yo, whoever did this, it was planned out. And when they did it, what I think happened is whoever did it did some type of retaliation or whatever like that. They did it so fast, they probably wasn't really paying attention. They probably just did it and got out of there. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't paying attention. Because the lady's second vehicle was not parked next in the same parking lot. It was parked over somewhere else. Come to find out later on. And so, like I said, she never said anything to me. She never came to talk to me. Nothing. So I goes up to the Mr. Tires to get my vehicle. Almost $600 for 4 new tires. Right before Christmas. So thank God we had already did Christmas shopping, because what would I have done then? Sitting up there looking stupid. And the thing about it is, I don't bother people. I keep my head down. Like, I have family and friends, and you know, I'm a people person. I'm a friendly person. I just put that same energy out that I want to receive. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like I deserve that. You understand? But things happen to good people all the time. And it's always a blessing that comes out of it. But I just felt like that was crazy. So anyway, when I get to the Mr. Tire, he's telling me like, yeah, he was like, the same situation with this other car, the same thing with your car. And I was like, yeah, these two are definitely tied together. I don't know how exactly, but I said, my neighbor, I never talked to her. We never had a conversation, because I don't think she wanted to be liable for it. I think she knew exactly what happened, and she didn't want to be responsible. She didn't want to have nothing to do with it. And because I couldn't prove anything, I didn't know anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm just putting 2 and 2 together of what may have happened. What could I say? I ain't go over there and be like, yeah, you. Nah, for what? What was that gonna do? But everybody get upset or whatever. So do you know the day, a little bit after this happened, you know, I was mad about this for a while. You know, like the day before she moved, she spoke to me. Like, I never talked to this woman, never said anything. I don't really talk to my neighbors. I really just, because I don't know what people into, and I just don't want to get tied up in anything. It's just what it is. And she's like, oh, your hair is cute. And I'm like looking at her like, I was like, oh, thank you. She never talked to me before, especially after the situation, never said anything, never brought it up. That's why I knew she knew something. It was something that she wasn't saying. Like, she was saying something without saying it, basically, with body language. And like, I don't want to be involved in that, but I felt like the dude that she was arguing with came back and slashed her tires, or had somebody else come in and slash both of our tires. Because what I think happened was he initially was trying to slash her Lexus and her other Malibu, her other vehicle, which was a Malibu, and in turn slashed mine. So I got caught in the crossfire, because people was like, oh, you got beef with somebody? Like, who slashed your tires? Who did that? I'm like, yo, I don't know, dude. Like, it's me, baby. Like, I don't bother nobody. That's why I was just like totally sidetracked out. Like, what? Like, why? But y'all, yeah, that's pretty much a story time. I mean, it wasn't like too funny or too crazy or whatever like that. But I just thought that was just like, I wanted to share that. I was just like, this is, I was like, but it is what it is. But yeah, the point is, you know, thank God for life, thank God for health. So that's the main part of it all. But yeah, y'all, I got some upcoming videos. I'm gonna do my 10 favorite things, and then I'm going to Jamaica in a couple of days, so I'm going to try to vlog a video. I have never vlogged before, but I'm going to try and vlog this trip and see how it goes. So please stay tuned. You know, if you like this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, y'all have a great, good day.